Hey viewers, welcome to another match of IEM Kiev, and we are doing the third place finals. And if you don't want to be spoiled, if you still haven't seen the semi-finals, you probably should go now, because in a few seconds I'm going to spoil who is in this, and then you will know who won what match. So if you're still here, I'm assuming that you want to actually see this match, and it is going to be a good one. It is SK Gaming versus Team Dignitas. Both teams lost their semi-finals in quite a spectacular way, and we will see what they actually, what they will do in this match. So, yeah, these teams should be about equally matched. They're kind of the sub-top of the current LoL community. They're not really the best teams out there for this moment. They are really good third and fourth place candidates though. So I'm really wondering whether this match is going to be better than the semi-finals, because I think these teams are pretty equally matched. Yeah, we see a jungle invade here from the purple team, and the purple team is SK Gaming. And SK Gaming is going to invade the Dignitas side. Oh, as you might notice, because I did notice this before, the Dignitas team doesn't really have an AP carry. They have Jarvan, Pantheon, Lee Sin and Tristana, all of which are normally the AD carries, but I am assuming that one of them will go AP, which could be Pantheon, which could be Tristana. At least that's what I'm assuming. And yeah, the jungle invade being quite successful here. They do take out two of the wolves. Yeah, the third one doesn't really explode. Nearly does. And it seems that Pantheon, who is the jungler on this blue team, is going to start with his red, and Maokai is stealing the blue. So purple team seems to be going for the gank up top right after this blue, and yeah, I think Lee Sin should have seen this coming. And that was a real shame on that that snare. The snare or the Morgana should have waited with that snare until he actually used his flash, because she knows he has flash, and Morgana is going to teleport, but not to mid. Oh, she is in bottom lane. Okay, so who is going to go mid then? Oh, it's going to be this guy. So it's going to be Caitlyn in mid, and this is going to be a first blood, yeah. An easy first blood there by Jarvan. Jarvan, who is of course very strong in his attacks, because he gets that extra attack buff from his innate ability. That every first attack, every so many seconds, will get you additional damage. And Tryndamere getting focused a little bit, but yeah, he did get stunned and got attacked a little bit, but yeah, no big deal for him. He didn't die, so it's okay, and he should be fine for the rest. He has some healing potions left, so it should be okay. Anyhow, the mid lane is going to be an AD party, and yeah, the bottom lane apparently AP champion versus AD champion, because, well, the reason they picked an AD champion mid is because AD is very strong versus Morgana, and yeah, Morgana cannot really do anything versus someone like Tristana or Talon, and that means that if she's going to have a tough time, then she cannot really level up, she cannot get enough gold to get her items going, and that means that, well, basically you're going to win the lane, and by winning the lane versus the AP champion, yeah, you basically win the game, because the AP champion has to level quite significantly in order to get enough magic damage to make the enemy actually be scared of you. Because if you don't have enough, then yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Sneeze at them? Anyway, Lee Sin seems to dominate this lane versus Tryndamere. And that is exactly what should happen early game. Because early game Tryndamere isn't very strong. Later game, of course, he will become stronger once he has his ultimate. And he can stay in the fight a little bit longer. He doesn't have to worry about dying that much. Still, I think Lee Sin is a pretty good champion versus the Tryndamere. And I'm not sure what the bans and the sequence of picks were. Yeah, to be honest, I have no idea. So I don't know who picked against who. I'm pretty sure that Morgana was picked before anything else, though. So that was probably a first pick, and that's why they went AD against her. And going with Tristana is really a nice solution to that. It is something we don't see in normal solo queues and such, but yeah, well, in these tournaments you see all kinds of crazy stuff, and it is really nice to see that these professional teams, that they have some kind of, well, unorthodox playstyle planned for us as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be standard all the time. Of course, that's what they practice with most, but because they are good at playing this game, they should be able to well, to do this kind of games where it is kind of, yeah, well, things you don't see every day. So strategies we don't see normally, and they keep secret until they actually need them. And against Morgana, this probably was planned to have an AD there, but normally we see Talon there, and in this case it was Tristana. And Tristana just bought her first AP, so it seems that she is going for AP. And this, we see a very nice gank here by the Maokai. Maokai using his snare and pop-up to disable the Lee Sin. And although Lee Sin almost killed the Tryndamere, he still had plenty of life left and is not going to worry too much about it. Of course, the Tryndamere will have a problem with AP Tristana, because AP Tristana has the explosive shots, and the active on that does exactly the same as the Ignite does, only it is much stronger when you go AP Tristana, because when you go AP Tristana it does a lot more damage. So basically, yeah, that's the shot I meant. Basically, if you use it correctly, then you can disable the whole Tryndamere after he uses his ultimate. Because all you need to do is some damage over time and make sure he cannot heal, and that's exactly what that shot does. So, seems like a very nice pick to have over or for AP, or against the Tryndamere, I should say. And yeah, for the rest we see the normal builds, I think, but I really wonder if AP Tristana is going to work, because it is of course pretty strong in burst, but yeah, it's not very viable for the rest. Anyway, yeah, we still see the AD champion mid for the purple team, which means that Morgana will have some tough time in bottom lane. And I'm not sure if that's worth it, but well, so far, let's see, it's 68 minions for Jarvan versus 16 for Morgana, so that's definitely not worth it so far. And although the boss panda there takes out a turret in mid, I'm not sure, it's 31 minions for Tristana versus 68 of Caitlyn. And yeah, she did outfarm her, but not as much as Jarvan outfarmed the Morgana. And Morgana died once, but yeah, well, that was really in the start of the game, because she's probably not used to playing against Jarvan. And yeah, she probably underestimated the fact that he does so much damage. So an early dragon here, well, not super early, But early enough for the purple team, there's no ward out, and now they probably planted the ward. But there was no ward out on that dragon. So the blue team not able to see that on the minimap. Obviously you could see it through the fog of war there, but in reality it doesn't show that. So that's basically a mistake from the replay system. No, the observer mode, because it's not a replay system, because it doesn't make replays. Yeah, basically you you cannot see anything through the fog of war there, and wouldn't be good if you could. But yeah, an early dragon for the purple team, making sure that they are actually ahead now, and yeah, they take out another. They take another kill, making sure they are now over 2k gold ahead. And 2k gold, yeah, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal this early on. Especially if most of that gold lands in the hands of your carries. Because, well, if it lands in the hands of your carries, you're going to have a much easier time in the late game. Maokai almost getting a kill there, 1 versus 2. But yeah, gets killed, and Jarvan actually escapes with about 150 life, I think, left. And in the end, yeah, of course Maokai isn't good enough to defend that bottom lane all by himself. But yeah, he wanted to pick up the minions and the experience, and therefore when Morgana left to heal, or to get the blue buff, I don't know exactly, she did get the blue buff, but I'm not sure if she went for the heal as well. So if she went base. But it seems that Morgana is now catching up in the minions. It is 88 to 48, so at least she's not that far behind anymore. She's still pretty far behind. And yeah, we will have to see how that works out. So it seems Jarvan is going to pick up all of these minions uncontested. Nobody's going to come for him. Nobody's going to harass him while he's doing this. And wow, that Tristana, man. Jumping halfway across the screen and then getting the kill out of that. Pantheon coming in. I don't know on which side Pantheon is. Oh, it's on the blue side. Okay. So they are going to pick off one guy, but I think they're going to lose two here because they're really too aggressive. And yep, there we go. Losing two champions. And Tristana might fall too because she doesn't have a rocket jump, and yeah, she does get killed. So that was a really unwise decision. There was 4 champions total, by the way. That was a 4-for-1 trade, and that was really unwise to be that aggressive really early on against the mid lane. And well, I guess they were kind of unfortunate that the whole enemy team was there, or most of the enemy team at least. And they are going to get most of this turret. I don't think they're actually going to manage to take it out, because the enemy team will be here, and they do indeed defend this, but next push they will take that out. So the blue team has to make sure that they stop every push short from the turret. And Morgana is going mid lane now to pick up some minions, but I'm not sure if that will work out for her. Because, well, the enemy team can gank her if she's all alone, but okay, going for the blue buff, and yeah, that immediately gets smited by Pantheon. You know, Pantheon may not be the best to get that, but they did see the pink ward dropping down, which meant that they had to be careful. And you see the pink ward. Yeah, they had to be careful that it wouldn't get stolen, and smiting it would still be better than losing it to the opponents, obviously, because if you have it and your opponents don't have it, that is always better. Obviously, it would have been better if Tristana got it. Tristana now builds Deathfire Grasp, making her killing power a lot better, but she is still very, very weak, and you could see that there. No chance at all of killing someone. And I'm not even sure if her ultimate is is up. Let me check that. Yeah, it is up. So I think the idea there was to ult someone, but I don't know why she jumped in like that, 1 versus 3. And then Leona also jumps in 1 versus 3. And yeah, now the purple team completely dominating here. So SK doing a good job of killing 3 champions for 0. And now they're going to push this turret, but they have to be careful because, well, there's still 2 champions up. And Tristana, did they kill 4? Never mind, I don't know. Yeah, they stayed in way too long here. This is going to be a slaughter fest for the other team. Come on, people, you know better than this. Anyway, losing 2 champions for nothing. Yeah, really not good to lose champions like this. Yeah, they're going to maybe lose Baron here because the team is going for Baron. Unfortunately for Tristana and for the whole team, there is a minion there. The minion actually spotting what is going on there, and that was pretty significant because the enemy could actually see they were going for Baron. And yeah, Sona does die due to the previous fight, by the way, because she got out at very low health and didn't get a chance to regen her health in the base. And wow, that Jarvan, man. Jarvan getting a kill on Morgana, even though he was pretty low. But now the whole blue team is pretty low, so I wonder if they will all die here. And indeed, some of them will. Well, Tristana was already dead. Pantheon now died, but the rest seems to be getting out okay-ish. And Tryndamere is using his heal to get back up, and they are going to get this turret. So I really don't understand why they didn't back out before the enemy champions were all up. Because they knew that the next push would be good enough for this turret. So it didn't really matter. They are still going to try to take out this inhibitor, but yeah, Maokai is going to die for that and doesn't even get the inhibitor. So yeah, not the best decision making here. And the Sona ultimate saving them, and they are actually going to get out of this. But the blue team is now up 1 guy, and they might actually go for Dragon. Of course, the purple team is still very close, but with the Baron buff, yeah, I don't think the purple team should get involved in this. And the only thing to do here is to walk behind the Dragon and try to steal it, but since they're on the purple team, they have the disadvantage, another disadvantage, of not being able to do that. And purple team has so many disadvantages in this game, that's incredible. Anyway, the Morgana shield going down on Morgana, or the black shield, making sure that she didn't take damage from that ultimate and didn't get stunned by, well, the Tryndamere. No, that's not his name. Pantheon. And in the end, it was good enough to make sure that, oh, this team fight, man. This is really bad for the purple team. They are completely spread out. They already have someone that's almost dead, and well, while I say that, someone else dies. And they are going to lose heart here. They need to get out of this. And they are still going to try to get the what's her name? Tristana. And then, well, they lose so many guys for this, but they might pick off... No, they're not going to pick off anyone. They might lose the Morgana here as well. Morgana is probably going to die. There we go. And yeah, then finally they are going to get another kill here, but they already lost so many guys. Oh, this is incredible. Blue team really, really not doing too well. And purple team not doing too well, and they are now going to lose their last champion as well. Well, last champion in the fight. And they're going to come up with 2 more. The ultimate coming down from from Sona, but only catching the very tanky dude. And oh, they are going to lose 2 more here. It depends on what's still available. No, nothing is still available. And yeah, the score is now 15-15, where it was really in the favor of the purple team. And wow, the blue team completely coming back there in the matter of kills, but they're still 2.5k gold behind on well, turrets and such. Obviously, this was the team fight that's going to make for the comeback if they are going to win in the end. This was the moment where they lost it all. The purple team, or one and all I should say, the purple team completely messing up with their placement of champions. Sona was all alone, so she got focused first, and then because everyone was coming in one by one, the enemy could just pick off the squishy champion, which was in this case Caitlyn, and she's also the one that does the most damage. So Tryndamere, of course, to the fight late and did stay in quite a long time, but didn't manage to do a whole lot. And I think they lost something like 7 champions there. I don't know exactly. I don't know what the score was before that fight, and I don't want to go back into the game to check on that. But that was a big fight for Team Dignitas, and if they can, well, see this as a moral victory and actually carry this into a real victory, that would be awesome to see, because they were really behind, and now they're only, well, what is it, 2k behind? 1.7, something like that. I don't know. No, it's actually it's actually 2 point something, but yeah, 2k gold behind. And yeah, that's a lot better than what they were, because they were something like 4k behind. And so they gained 1500 gold from that one team fight, and that is a good deal. So blue turret getting destroyed in bot lane, I think, which means that purple team is still pushing, where even though they lost that big team fight there, they are still pushing. And wow, that was a nice ultimate from Leona, getting some nice things going. And yeah, I think he's dead. Yep, that was the ignite or the explosive shot, one of the two, and preventing the, well, everything basically from working on Tryndamere after he used his ultimate. And that is why she is such a good counter. She now has Dorn's Ring as well as the Sorcerer's Shoes, and they are going to take out a turret here. And yeah, of course the Deathfire Grasp doing some great work there. The problem with AP Tristana is of course that she's still very squishy. She doesn't get a lot of well, of tankiness at all, and with her what's it called, the rocket jump, with her rocket jump she lands in the middle of the enemies, meaning that she is going to take quite a lot of damage normally. The blue inhibitor has respawned and nothing has come from out of that, so even though they invested quite heavily into getting that turret and the inhibitor down, nothing happened there. So yeah, the only thing they got out of that is a little bit of pushing power in bottom lane. Pretty sure they would have been able to get that anyway. And Baron is up again, but it seems that the purple team has no interest in Baron. They don't seem to have a ward up. Well, behind Baron there's a ward, but that really doesn't count. You cannot see the Baron if you ward it behind the pit. So yeah. Oh, there is a ward in the pit as well, but it gets taken out here. And immediately they start attacking the Baron, and it seems that the whole purple team is going to converge on this location, and they might be able to do something here. But oh, nice Leona ultimate once again, and the Pantheon ultimate is going to hit about 4 champions. but nobody dying yet. Morgana actually getting out alive, but yeah, they do get 2 kills on, well, the squishies. And then Pantheon dies as well. Finally, the blue team gets something going, because Lee Sin had chased the Caitlyn all the way to her base, and yeah, that means he's not in a team fight, and yeah, that is going to cost them, well, it seems only 3 champions, so it seems they are just going to ignore the fact that there are 2 more champions on the map, and they're just going to take out this inhibitor, which is far smarter, of course, because chasing after Jarvan would cost them a lot of time, and this is actual damage that they can get. And they are now going for either Baron or Dragon, both of which are fine targets. But with the whole enemy team up, I'm thinking Dragon, because it would be very risky to do Baron, because Baron does a lot more damage than Dragon. In fact, Dragon can be taken out quite easily by 1 champion. And the blue team is now going for Baron, and yeah, there is still only the 2k gold difference, because the last fight, apparently cancelling out the fight before that, it is still 18-18. And yeah, the blue team now getting caught by the purple team once again, where they lost the last team fight. Yeah, this time they may come out ahead on that. Yeah, not really. The purple team still coming out ahead, and they are going to come out 3 versus 2. Oh, the purple team. Yeah, the purple team is coming out 3 versus 2. Once again, the Jarvan is still alive. And yeah, are they really going to chase him down? Because they're not going to be able to catch him. And Tryndamere actually using his skill there to get over the wall, and that's why they catch him. Nicely done. And they get an... they get an 8, I think, but Pantheon is back up again. And Pantheon is going to have to defend this the Nexus turret. Together with Tristana. Tristana, of course, because she's AP, doesn't have a lot of killing power in team fights. She is better one-on-one, well, she's amazing one-on-one. She has a 150% ratio on her AP with the ultimate. And the rest of the skills are something like 0.9 or something. Of course, the Q doesn't do anything, so you have a pretty straight leveling up pattern. It's just, well, you ignore the Q and you basically level up W and E. And yeah, with rocket jump at a high level, you can slow people down and do quite a lot of damage. So the 3rd attempt at doing Baron here, and unfortunately for the purple team, they weren't close enough with the whole team to get another nice team fight out of that. By the way, it is 20-23 there, so that was 2 for 5 trade on the last team fight. And it seems that yeah, the blue team is now confined to their base, and they know it. And well, the purple team knows it as well, because they can see them as long as there are minions in the base. So they are going to go for a dragon, and yeah, maybe for a Baron after that. Well, after the next team fight probably, because the purple team really cannot afford to lose Baron at this point. At least they don't know whether they can, because they are 5k gold ahead, but when you're in the game, you cannot see that, obviously. And yeah, with the amount of gold that they're ahead, they could easily win every team fight, but I don't think they know they're this far ahead. Because they know they're 3 kills ahead, but that doesn't mean you're actually ahead in gold. And yeah, they do have more pushing power, but that doesn't mean you're going to win every team fight. But yeah, it may very well be the case that they will win every team fight, as long as they don't make big mistakes. I mean, we saw the team fight they had at at Purple's blue buff. they basically lost that because of the bad positioning. Caitlyn might go down here. There we go. And this might open the door to more kills. Yeah, that wasn't good enough. But yeah, they do get an almost kill on the support, which means Sona has to stay out of this fight. And is it finally time to go for Baron then? Yeah, the enemy team, so the purple team can see this. They can see what's happening. And they are actually going for an engage here. Although it's 4 on 5 and they lost one of their carries, they are still going to take out a few people because they have Tryndamere. And Tryndamere does a lot of damage and can stay alive for a long time. Did he just get 3 kills? Well, they got 3 kills as a team. And I'm guessing Tryndamere will die. Yeah, there we go. Giving away 500 gold. But yeah, the purple team will all die. And oh, gets another kill. Nicely done. That was excellent play by Jarvan. And even though they are probably going to lose this Baron now, because, well, as you can see, Caitlyn already back. That was a nice trade. It was a 5 for 3 trade once again. Now 5 kills ahead, and they are going to get Baron. But that Jarvan did a lot of damage there, and I wonder what he's building. Yeah, with Frozen Mallet and now Last Whisper, he can do a lot of damage even while being tanky. Because Frozen Mallet and Atmos Impaler, they make you, as well as the Wriggles Lantern, they make you really tanky. And yeah, the Baron buff going down on, well, the whole team. Because the whole team was up by the time they killed it. And that is going to be a big boon for them. And they are finally going to be able to push. So what are they up? They're 8,500 gold up, and that is way more than the 5 kills would reflect. Of course, they are also 5 turrets up, and a few dragons, and now I don't know who got the first Baron though. I think they got the first Baron as well, so 2 Barons then. So they know they're up by quite a lot. Only, well, oh, this is not good for Tristana, because now, ooh, nobody's going after her. Well, I guess Tryndamere wanted to play it safe and wanted to make sure that he didn't get caught by the whole enemy team. Because even though he may be invulnerable for something like 8 seconds, it is not enough if you jump into the well, the entire enemy team. Especially if they slow you or stun you, because you won't be able to get out. And with Tristana there, I already said, with her explosive shot, if you get hit when you use your ultimate, you basically die anyway. Because it will prevent you from healing after you use your ultimate, and yeah, that is not the thing you want to happen to you. So anyway, the blue team pretty much lost this game, and it is on to the next one, I would say. There is a ward in the base, by the way. And purple team getting a free turret there, because, well, what was the blue team going to do? Defend that? I think not. So now they need to defend all 3 of their entrances of the base, which is of course very hard to do with well, with the enemy team being stronger than you. But I guess they will have to try anyway. And yeah, the super minions coming down middle lane, so they cannot leave their base for too long. Because obviously if they stay away for too long, it would result in them losing their the base through the mid. Because the mid lane is going to push quite heavily, and they're going to wait in this completely random spot, but it may actually work out if Sona goes there, but yeah, nothing's going to happen. Don't know why they're in this random spot. I mean, seems they might be doing better if they waited around middle lane, because people are going to run into middle lane, and they would have picked off the Sona at least. But hey, the enemy team, or the purple team, just spread out a little and going to pick up the minions on the different lanes, especially bottom lane obviously, and are going to get some of the things in the jungle. And maybe they thought that some of the enemies would come in to steal their jungle as well, but so far, no, that hasn't happened yet. Not sure what the thinking was to hide in that bush, really. It seems strange to me, but well, it's okay. I mean, I don't have to understand every decision they make. Would be nice, but oh, very close call there on the Morgana snare. Because if she caught someone, they would have been dead. And obviously this one wasn't that good because there was nobody there. And they still have a ward there, so they can see the enemies. But now, yeah, the ward gets picked off because there is an oracle on Oracle's elixir on Leona, I think. Yeah, so the start of this match was kind of unorthodox, and the fact that they went for AP Tristana is also quite unorthodox. It's a shame that the AP Tristana didn't show more of the killing ability, but obviously, yeah, it's not the strongest choice as an AP champion, because Tristana is rather squishy, and if you go for AP, then yeah, you have to go for heavy AP, otherwise it doesn't really work. And the Morgana ult going off here and going to snare one only, but the rest has to walk away, and yeah, they're going to lose everyone because, well, if you start losing your champions one by one, then it is going to be a very tough day for you. So they take out the turrets, Sona tanking some tower shots there, and eventually the minions will come in here. Yeah, there they are, and they are going to take out both of the turrets and probably the Nexus before anyone is up. So an interesting match, I would say. Morgana bottom lane, certainly didn't expect that. And yeah, it didn't work out too well. That's why Morgana is mid lane normally. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the match. It was interesting to say the least, and unfortunately it didn't work out for the blue team. I would have liked to see more of AP Tristana. AP Tristana is a real killing machine, but unfortunately, yeah, not so much this game. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I will do the second and third games right after this, and yeah, just hang around. I will see you next time. GG.